Well, big games in the English Premier League this weekend as we welcome match day 11 of the Premier League. To start with, is a lunchtime kickoff as Spurs, the Lily Whites, play host to Ruben Amorim's Manchester United. For Spurs, 4-0 win in the Champions League following their shock 1-0 loss at home to Chelsea. And for Manchester United, when many expected it was going to be 4-4, United were pecked by Nottingham Forest. Resting without playing in Europe meant that United do have more days to recover ahead of this big game on Saturday. It is the last game before the final international break of 2025, bar the African Cup of Nations, which the African Stars will go for in the month of December. Mira and the Bishop joins me as we look at the games in the Premier League this weekend. Before the guys will come into the conversation, I'll quickly run through the fixtures of games in the Premier League this weekend. West Ham United will also be home against Burnley, and this might be the final straw for one man if the result does not go his way. Talking about Graham Potter with West Ham. Everton play host to, of course.
I think that's Nuno Espirito Santo now at West Ham. New manager. Got his first win last time out.
Of course, thanks for the correction. Graham Potter is no longer there. So, he got his first win the last time. Yeah. Mine somewhere. Everton play host to Fulham United. Fulham FC, I beg your pardon. A go back home for Alex Iwobi to his former side. Yes. Talking about Fulham, Sunderland. Of course, we welcome Arsenal, fourth on the table against table toppers and pretenders Arsenal. Chelsea, inconsistent as usual. Play Wolves for the second time in 2 weeks. Yes. After both sides play out a 4-3, 7-goal thriller in the FL Cup. Nottingham Forest take on Leeds. Crystal Palace take on Brighton. Brentford take on Newcastle United in what was supposed to be a return for Yohan Wissa to his former club. Aston Villa play host to Bournemouth. And of course, the star game of the weekend, we'll see Manchester City take on Liverpool at the Etihad on Sunday. But guys, let's start with the Saturday first kickoff. Spurs versus Manchester United on two. Yeah. United 3-3, pegged back by Nottingham Forest. For Spurs, they are here today, down tomorrow. Here today, down tomorrow. You don't know what to expect from Spurs.
Absolutely. This sports team is the most inconsistent team I've seen in a very long time. If you watch them, think, oh, these guys are worldies. They could be the best teams in the world. You watch them the next week, and you think they should be playing in Division 2, maybe Division 3 in English football. Just coming from that slaughtering by Chelsea, it could have been more. We talked about that earlier. Maybe 4-5-6-7-0. You know, the fact that Joao Pedro and Chelsea were a bit wasteful on the night. Then they went to the Champions League and got it. Despite getting a red card, won by 4 goals to
against Copenhagen.
With Van der Ven scoring a world-class goal with that encounter. Again, Thomas Frank. In one moment, they're keeping a clean sheet. Next moment, they're letting in goals, chances in left, right, and center. And again, you don't know what to expect. And that's from Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank's Tottenham Hotspur. We thought at the beginning of the season, maybe he has made them a bit pragmatic, a bit compact, very difficult to beat. The next moment, they're all over the place, like against Chelsea. So for me, big game for them. They're playing at home. So at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it's very important. For Man United, it's about a bit of, ascendancy. 3 wins in the last 4, 1 draw, 10 points for possible 12. They want to keep the momentum going. And a win against Tottenham Hotspur will be a serious marker in the sense that it will send some shockwaves down the Premier League world, because Man United, as I started this season, everybody was like, what? This is not Man United want to see. At some point, but this is Ruben Amorim, the new owner, or let's say the new Jim Ratcliffe, the British businessman, was like, oh, he needs 3 years. And then since after that word, there was a change. But again, I think it's gonna be a tough game. But to be sincere, I think I'll fancy Man United heading into that encounter.
Well, the last time Manchester United got a result against Spurs was far back in 2022. Yeah. And to also even make matters worse, Spurs have won the last 3
including
meetings,
the Europa League final.
when the two sides have met, including the Europa final. Just of recent, the trophy that is, of course, made Spurs play in the Champions League. With United playing football only on weekends, and of course the days the Premier League decided to be favorable and put maybe
on Monday or Fridays
on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Mirror. United, you look at them this season, they've beaten Liverpool. We must take it into account.
Absolutely.
That when they played against the big boys, they were also there to be counted for. Against a Spurs side who beat Manchester City but lost to Chelsea at home.
Of course, if you're checking the game between Tottenham and Manchester United, yes, you could say that the odds or the stats would favor Tottenham Hotspur because, like you said, head to head, it's been a while that Manchester United beat Tottenham, and there's something that happens when you play these kind of big teams. It doesn't matter if it's a Thomas Frank's team or if it is exactly. So right, it's the players also knowing that okay, we do our name is at stake on this, and then we're playing at home, we're playing in front of the home fans, and then we need to keep everything possible. And then that 12-man thing fans, on the field, yes. So they are going to cheer them up, and yes, if you look at these two guys and how they are playing, are in about 8 games thereabouts, or in about I think Manchester United is just 1 game shy of them in wins, right? And then if that is that shows you that yes, inconsistency has been on the both part, because out of 15 games, I mean, if you're playing 8 and they're winning 8 and you're winning 7, that's not is that okay? Who's happy mass 15 divided by 2? Divide by 2. Yes, yes. So it's 50%, and then you understand that these guys are going to bring their A games. They're going to put everything they have on the table for that particular match. So I don't know. It's going to be a cracker on the weekend because no one is going to want to bow.
Yeah.
No one is going to want to bow because, of course, they are not. None of them is Tottenham Hotspur. The other time, they have more leverage because in the past 2 seasons they have smelled the top 5 much more than Manchester United. So that would want to be a bragging right. They want to still try to figure out how to get to the top 5, and then Manchester United they look like they're very comfortable at the from downwards from 10 below. That's why that's fine.
So how you saying it?
It's fine.
Are you a fan of United?
No, man, I can't.
But I better than Arsenal.
No.
They're winning trophies.
I forgive your trespasses. Christmas cannot come today with those kind of statements you're making. The truth remains, let's say Man United have struggled. Let me be sincere. But like I said, they seem to be the renaissance in the fact that 3 wins, you beat Liverpool. But again,
beat Brighton.
Which Liverpool did you beat?
Like I told you last, like which Liverpool did you beat?
Liverpool, yeah.
That's the first question. And 2, when I told you that, not of us will tell you, like I said last week, will tell us where Man United really is. Forget about those 3 straight wins. Not of us will really tell us where they are. And again, they capitulated. They closed their eyes for 5 minutes and they almost lost that game.
United or Spurs?
It's going to be a tough one. I don't know how I want to tilt with Man United because I don't know this person that will turn up. A Spurs can see if the new support team turn up, they can hit Man United for 6, 4, 5, 6. I can assure you. That's how good they are on their day. Brendan Johnson, Kolo Muane, Mohamed Kudus, a blessing. These guys can hurt Man United silly on their day.
What does it take to get into their day?
I don't know because it depends on how they start their day. Maybe the coach, the pep talk. Or maybe, last game the players snubbed the manager, and the manager came to the press and said, players snub people. People snub people. It happens. That they came to his office and they apologized. I'm sorry, my boss. Please forgive me. Okay. They need to come out now and ask forgiveness against Man United. I don't know. This is one of the most difficult games to call because both of them are inconsistent. Mm-hmm. But I, for the sake that I played at Anfield, at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I beg your pardon. Let me just go for the home team to win by a slim margin. 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs.
I mean, that was exactly what I was going to go for.
So you're going to go for 2-1?
Yes, 2-1.
Let's go to the Stadium of Light quickly. Sunderland are 4th in the table against Arsenal, top of the table. The elephant is sitting pretty on the tree. No problem at all. It looks like
we are not elephants. I told you. I need to write your introductions. Okay. It is the king sitting on the throne.
Okay, the king sitting on the throne.
Absolutely. He's. Have you heard of this song? On top of the world, in front of the crowd.
On top of the world, in front of the crowd.
We need to play that song every time we talk about Arsenal.
I'm on top of the world.
Fantastic song.
Continue now.
I can't do that anymore. It's for you to know.
This weekend, Sunderland comes. The team next. You beat the first time you played a newly promoted side last week. You defeated, was it Burnley?
Yeah, Burnley.
And now you've got Sunderland, another newly promoted side.
Face Arsenal, lose, repeat. Face Arsenal, lose, repeat. Face Arsenal, lose, repeat. Recurring decimal. Clean sheet. Sure. Against a struggling Sunderland team. Anyway, good
struggling?
News. Yeah.
They are 4th.
I don't care. That's what they are. Who let them finish, stay in 3rd? Man United, Liverpool. These are the people. Anyway, Granit Xhaka, good news. He plays against his former team. Hopefully, I hope that Xhaka gives him a warm embrace. But after that, he ends there. 4-0. It's emphatic. I don't think they can stop the firepower. I know there's no Gyökeres. She's out injured. Carl Martinelli also out injured. They will return back after the international break. But the firepower in this team is deafening. It's excruciating. See, even in your dreams, when you see Arsenal, you faint. You know,
I know why you faint.
Yeah, you just faint.
I know why you faint. They never had a trophy.
Wow, not that reason.
Wow.
But the fact that we're better. There's a golf. Have you been
Yeah.
to Sokoto?
Any hope for Sunderland this weekend?
Yes. 2-2 draw.
Wow. Why so?
It's a guts because, like you said, you know what it takes for a former player to say, okay, we're going head to head with these players and this is what. I think that inside information is what's going to make them go. Yes, Sunderland, you could say, they have gone 4 goals. They have gone 4 goals down against Arsenal. And yes, it's easy to give it off to Arsenal and be like, okay, top of the table 4, but somebody has to pursue Arsenal and bring them down. I'm not giving Sunderland an outright win. That is why I'm giving them a draw. A 2-2 draw is, they are going to think, Arsenal is going to go forward first and think they got it onto its slams. And then...
Well, Mira has gone for Sunderland to hurt Arsenal. A 2-2 draw.
I hope to play this tape after the game because it's going to be a humbling, a humiliation, annihilation, a decimation, a destruction, a put into the sword. It's going to be a massacre. It's going to be an absolute genocide.
How about if Sunderland outrightly defeats Arsenal?
Wow.
Come on, man. I won't be here next weekend.
Well, please mark that word. If Sunderland beat Arsenal,
I won't be here next week.
Nonso won't be here next weekend.
No,
it will be here.
You will be here.
It will be here next weekend. No, it will be here next weekend. And I'll tell you how you will appear next weekend. Okay. Let's go to the big game on Sunday. Super Sunday. Manchester City at the Etihad against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Now, Liverpool have not lost to City in the last 4 games. Liverpool do have a favorable head-to-head as it stands going into this game. But Liverpool are not where they used to be last season with what they are now. Yeah. They defeated Real Madrid, good result.
No, they pummeled.
It was a
Thibaut Courtois had a fantastic game.
Man City have Donnarumma. He can replicate what Thibaut Courtois replicated. But this is a weekend where for Liverpool, a win for them puts them still in the conversation of the league title. But defeat means that they might begin to look away from the league title as early as December.
I would have had to say something.
Well, for Liverpool, it's an unusual thing. I think what Ancelotti has done is he had been able to redeem himself for the first seasons of his coming in, because if you ask me any day, anytime, Jurgen Klopp left a big shoes, right? And then he was able to show the entire Liverpool fans and the Liverpool club that he was able to fit into it. And so it's okay right now if he's trying to put his foot up the pedestal and then figure out what works for his club, because we know that clubs in the Premier League, right, if you get figured out in the way you play, it takes you a while. And he's entirely new in the terrain and does not understand how it works. So I understand, I can make an excuse for him. But then going to play a Manchester City that, yes, we know that Pep Guardiola always knows how to position his guys, especially when he is 6 points behind Arsenal. And of course, how can you be 6 points behind your boy? You know they happen get. So it's going to be a bragging right. But know also that Liverpool, like you mentioned, they know that something is at stake, and it's them being able to.
They could go 10 points behind Arsenal.
Exactly. So going 10 points is going to be a big margin to want to catch up with. And then we know how the December matches are from December and January. If Arsenal eventually
with
keeps
Mo Salah going to the AFCON,
keep topping, that's
don't remind Liverpool fans.
Right, they have to close up every single gap at the moment, and I don't think that Manchester City game is a good opportunity for them to close up that gap, because it go tough.
So you see defeat for Liverpool?
Not outright defeat. They're going to slug it out actually, but there's a chance that Liverpool could defeat. No, I don't see him. No.
You know if you happen.
I'm sorry, I think Liverpool win the game, and I'll tell you why. See, under Ancelotti, they seem to be like a team who have finally found their mojo. You know, they went at least 6 loss in 7, and the team was topsy-turvy. You didn't know what to expect. They blow hot, they blow cold. At some point, they were blowing cold for so long a time, and then they blew hot again. And then Van Dijk had a spat with Ruben Amorim. We'll talk about that some other time. And then after that, we saw what happened against Madrid. This Madrid game has shown me that the boys are beginning to get back to where they used to be.
What it was Madrid that was poor?
I don't think so. This Madrid were flying.
Madrid didn't play.
This Madrid were flying.
I don't think they played that day.
I said maybe it was the way Alonso set them up to play. Oh, you're playing away from home. Don't get beaten. But sometimes you just need to look at the brilliance of Liverpool. But I know it's at the Anfield, but the brilliance was there. It was there. Courtois became the prime Courtois we saw at Chelsea. It was for over again. We saw that again. He looked like he was 19, a young boy who was ready to jump at all balls, until that header, that powerful header from McAllister, what a player. That's McAllister we saw last season. He's struggling.
The one
this
that
season.
went to the Ballon d'Or.
Absolutely. That's McAllister we saw last season. So for me, I think they begin to find themselves, begin to find their ground, begin to understand slots. We've talked about slotted slot for chopping and changing things that was not broken. And now it seems what is broken, he's now beginning to fix it the way he wanted it to look like. So for me,
and looking better.
Far better than what it was at the start of the season. But we all know the backline is a culprit. The backline looks like we're going to see the goal every day.
But
so
back-to-back clean sheets, right?
Yeah, but that's the funny part. And that's because I think Madrid didn't push. But Bradley was absolutely stunning. The way he kept Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe at bay. Now he looked like he was playing there all season, not knowing that it was someone's like, makes you right back. So for me, I think I want to fancy Liverpool's chance at the Etihad Stadium. Man City has not been impressive. It's been a one-man show. The Erling Haaland show. The reason why Man City are 6 points behind us now is Erling Haaland. The reason why Man City are still the Man City we used to know is Erling Haaland. That boy is the it factor. Are
you taking Erling Haaland away from the match?
No, he'll be there.
Okay, so if it's a one-man show, the man shows up.
If they can,
the man shows up in front, and there's a Donnarumma at the back.
It could happen. But I'm just saying, if this Liverpool can get around what Erling Haaland can do, what he can bring to the table, we saw that in the Champions League. And again, a resurgent Phil Foden. Wow. The boy is getting back to his very best. So, if again, it looks like it can go either way, but I fancy Liverpool. I fancy Liverpool to go there and get a result. And I don't think they would draw. I think Liverpool go there to win them. Because the Man City are very light. Erling Haaland struggles as well. Erling Haaland, if he struggles, if they ensure that Erling Haaland struggles against Liverpool wins the game. Because there's no goal coming from another place. I go with Liverpool win. They're going to win the game. 2-1.
2-1. 2-1 Liverpool win the game. Of course, for Mira, she thinks no chance for Liverpool. They may get something in it, but a win would definitely be difficult. But this is what you need to know, Nonto. Chakri is back playing, and we've seen what he's done in the last 2 games that he's coming to play for City. What should he come and do again?
Creativity. I want some more.
For again.
This score goal. You say he score goals. That's all. Nobody say Haaland.
Haaland is a striker. Haaland is not just a player. Haaland is a demigod. He's a goal machine.
So Chakri is what? He comes and score goal. You say a creative. You should not score goal.
You should create chances.
We need to play back for you so you can listen to yourself.
He's a machine. Chakri, the Chakri has not hit his peak. The Chakri is so
just coming back from injury.
Come on, man. Before the injury, what was he doing? Was a passenger.
Well, we're wait to see how that pans out this weekend. It is Manchester City who play host to Liverpool at the Etihad Stadium. 1-3 is set in for Liverpool. If they do lose, they go 10 points behind Arsenal. That if Arsenal, quote and unquote, get a result against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light.
There's no light.
If Manchester City lose, they go 9 points behind Arsenal. If Arsenal also still get a result at the Stadium of Light. But if Arsenal loses and any of this team wins this game, it means that the Premier League title has been blown open a bit for others like Manchester United, Chelsea, to also come into the conversation. Spurs to have a say in the conversation. But will it be City? Will it be Liverpool this weekend? 90 minutes of football will tell. And we'll be back here to discuss and see how it pan out with the games this weekend. Don't forget, it is Spurs who start the weekend against Manchester United, and a City who end the weekend against Liverpool. Injury to any player means international break no go happen. So let me say this prayer. Dear God, protect Alex Iwobi, Samuel Chukwueze, Tolu Arokodare, Frank Onyeka, and every Super Eagles player in the Premier League. Dear God, Ademola Lookman should not play this weekend for Atlanta. Victor Osimhen should be rested by Galatasaray. Please, we need them for the Super Eagles. Dear God, Rafa Onyedika should not play for Club Brugge. That boy, we need him particularly.
That boy is a player and a half.
Uche Crisantus can play for Getafe.
He can play.
It is simply because he will call Super Eagles still consider for them. We can sacrifice Tolu Arokodare. But please, we need Victor Osimhen. We need Akko Adams. Sit out Sevilla's game this weekend. We need all our players to be fit for the Super Eagles game in the World Cup qualifiers as we head into the international break. Football Temple brought to you by Azar Studios.